the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network, in conjunction with 5 City TV and the Great Plains Athletic Conference, presents Prairie Wolves football. Today it's a GPAC matchup featuring the defenders of Dordt College and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now let's take you out to Able Stadium.
GPAC football on another gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Lincoln. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Moats along with John Harris here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. It is the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves back at home taking on the Dordt Defenders here in a matchup of 2 GPAC teams who have been struggling, John. And one thing is for sure, this is definitely going to be a defensive struggle, because when you look at Dordt first and foremost, and something Wesleyan needs to take advantage of, the fact that Dordt's given up about an average of 424 yards a game and 42 points per contest against GPAC opponents.
Yeah, exactly. And both defenses have struggled this season, Wesleyan as well. But Dordt comes in here after a 63-point explosion last week against Trinity. Only 85 points up to that point, Jeff. Now 63 last week. Is that a precursor of what's to come on this field today? Wesleyan has to be solid fundamentally and extend for that option attack.
And that option attack we'll talk about with Dordt in just a moment. The other option attack that Wesleyan will utilize today, 3 guys on offense, Joel Weedle, Shaka Taylor, and quarterback Ben Green. They need to have a big game today against this defense.
Well, these guys are playmakers, and they got to get out in space, short passes to either of those guys, Weedle and to Shaka Taylor. Let them make a guy miss and get down the field. We've seen signs over the last few games of this, but only 21 points in the last 2 games for Wesleyan. They got to get off to Schneid and get guys in space.
You know, defensively, both teams ranked toward the bottom of the GPAC. And for Dordt, they're right at the bottom. Nebraska Wesleyan offensively, as we've been talking about here, needing to take advantage of that. Now, the good news for Dordt is that their ground attack is pretty efficient. Their passing game, not so much.
Yeah, not so much. Yeah, 483 yards from Dordt last week. Again, was that against a lesser opponent, and can they continue to carry that over this week? Well, we won't know until we see it on the field here today.
Some of the key players to keep an eye on today for Nebraska Wesleyan in particular, mentioned Ben Green, he's the quarterback. Then on defense, you got the senior linebacker, Brandon McGill, the product from Waverly, and then you got the sophomore linebacker out of Lincoln Northeast, Tyler Sorensen. All those guys need to have big plays today.
Yeah, up and down the line of scrimmage, Jeff, because that option attack is predicated on the quarterback getting to the edge, making his read off the end, and whether he crashes in, he now can pitch or not pitch or take it up the field. So they have to be solid on defense, maintain their keys, and be fundamental and tackle. They got to tackle.
And the other side of the ball for Dordt, you got one of their top running backs, Van de Vecht. He's a guy to keep an eye on too. Seaman, the quarterback, and Cote is another guy that could be an effective player too for them.
Well, again, playmakers, all of these guys, you got to get them out in the space. Van de Vecht wants to get between the tackles and, of course, get outside to get additional yards. Again, Wesleyan has to be solid, fundamental, break down, make the tackle, and get them off the field.
Could be an interesting game today because defensively these 2 teams have been struggling. Which one's going to stand out in stopping the offense? It's Nebraska Wesleyan and Dordt. The Prairie Wolves and the Defenders coming up next on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Able Stadium. Along with John Harris, I'm Jeff Moats here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. The Dordt defenders coming in here 1-5. Nebraska Wesleyan 2-4 as they meet out at midfield to determine who's going to be kicking off and who's going to receive. As they flip the coin here, there you see head coach Brian Keller. This is his 20th season at Nebraska Wesleyan. His 200th game with the Prairie Wolves here. Winningest coach in Nebraska Wesleyan history, 106-93, a 52% or 53% winning percentage. Has a record of 80-64 in GPAC play, and by the way, number 11 in the most wins of all active NAIA coaches.
And not just a good coach, Jeff, but a good guy. Brian Keller, a family man, a guy who loves this institution and has given his heart and soul to the Prairie Wolf football. So we expect him to hopefully be around a lot longer, but 200 games anywhere, that's tremendous.
Yep, and he has spent most of his life basically here at Nebraska Wesleyan. He played here in the late 70s, early 80s, and began his head coaching career, I believe, right here at Nebraska Wesleyan 20 years ago. And they've had some good seasons, ups and downs here and there. And Nebraska Wesleyan today will look to counter what Dordt will bring today. And the other thing we want to point out, the only win in GPAC play that Dordt has is against Nebraska Wesleyan.
Yeah, that's not something you want to keep mentioning if you're to the Wesleyan players. But you know what? Hopefully that's a motivation. And Dordt did take care of Wesleyan last year. And now Wesleyan, the big payback is due right here.
6-1 in the all-time series. Wesleyan with the lead. Dordt's never won here at Able Stadium. The 8th meeting between both teams, and Dordt started their football in 2008.
So yeah, they haven't been in existence long, and they've taken their lumps over the course of those 7 years, Jeff. They've shown some signs periodically, and up until last week, they had scored 85 points the whole season, 63 last week against Trinity Bible.
Nebraska Wesleyan will kick away. Looks like Cole McLean will be back to return. And then you got Xavier Caffey over there too, awaiting the kick. Here it is from Kramer Rath. Caffey going to watch it bounce and go out of bounds around the 5-yard line.
That's not a good way to start. Really no excuse for that. You've been practicing your kickoffs. Get it down the middle of the field. Give your guys a chance.
Out of bounds, number 1 of the kick. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First,
so this option attack gets the 35-yard line, Jeff, as opposed to the 20. So see what a difference that 15 yards makes on this first offensive series.
Well, because of the kickoff.
As the ball was kicked off from the 30-yard line, the first touchdown spot will be at the 40.
So it goes out of bounds. There's a penalty flag. Then we'll put the ball at the 40. So if you're Dordt, great way to start out.
Great way to start out, definitely.
Got the double wing set up. And Caffey in motion. And it's a dive play instead. That ball given up that time to Van de Veck and he is one of the guys in the backfield. There you see with Seaman the quarterback. There you see Miller, Brummel, Caffey, Williams making up the split ends. Sharper, Cook, Stevens, Booma, and Nelson on that line. 2nd and 8 at the 42. Seaman, this quarterback. And it's an option pitch going left side. That's Williams. And he is going to be corralled and taken down on the play. Good tackle that time. Looked like Jesse Owen came over there to make the stop.
Yeah, got to give Shoemaker some credit there. He stretched it out. Riley Shoemaker, you see him on the screen right now, folks. Tremendous job of stretching out that option. Sorensen, McGill, Beard, and Hand. You have to get down that line of scrimmage.
There you see Lawrence, Shook, and Holland. By the way, that last tackle was Dakota Buss for Nebraska Wesleyan. 3rd, and we'll call it 5. This is at the 45.
Yeah, you're going to need one guy to break up the melee and then another guy to run and make the tackle.
Caffey in motion on the sweep around right side. gets the first down past the 50, ran out of bounds by Kellebrod at about the Wesleyan 47.
Toss play good for a first down, carried by number 1.
That ground game is something, as we talked about during pregame. There you see Caffey on the run here around right side.
Yeah, Caffey, 483 rushing last week. And you can say whatever you want. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care if you're playing a Pop Warner team. 483, that's impressive.
Dordt's option offense, rushing-wise, they average about 267 yards a game. Now we got some motion. No flags come out.
Into the neutral zone. They don't call it. Didn't make contact.
An option keeper, it looks like. Seaman runs into trouble, and the Wesleyan defense with a big stop. Betcher, Hand, and McGill.
That's what you got to have, Jeff. Pursuit, pursuit, pursuit.
Taken down on the play by number
As he tries to, didn't get the fake there. You got to make the fake. And Wesleyan stretches it out. And then a team tackle there.
You had Hand, McGill, and Betcher that were all over there to help make the tackle on Seaman.
And you see on that option, Jeff, he didn't get that good fake with the ball to freeze anyone. And so they could pursue and attack on defense.
Second and long here for Dordt. Here's Seaman looking to throw. Pressure's on, lobs over here near side, going to be out of bounds as Caffey makes a grab, but it was out of bounds. Again, not one of their strong points.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's a great job of team defense and coverage by Wesleyan to stretch out the play, make him throw it out of bounds. Nice one-handed catch by Caffey. Looks like Odell Beckham right there. Oh, he dropped it. Trying to give him credit.
Third and long here again.
Now, this is a tough situation for an offense like Dordt. You're a running team, and you have a long 3rd and 12. And so Wesleyan wants to get off the field here.
Just across the 50 at the 49 of Wesleyan. Seaman going to roll right again. And this time this thing goes out of bounds. Not even close. 4th down. Good stop by the Prairie Wolf defense.
Yeah, that's not their forte by any stretch of the imagination. That's why they have to have success on 1st down, particularly to give themselves second and short situations. They're not going to pass the ball and pass it well.
Shaka Taylor and Corey Jones back to return.
Last in the conference is Dordt with about almost 80 yards passing per game.
Bonus Drew's punt around the 23, picked up by Taylor at about the 18, a short return to about the 24.
And I don't have a problem with that pickup there from Shaka Taylor. The ball starts to bound forward. When that ball is rolling forward, you can get a whole lot more yards.
There you see the offense for Nebraska Wesleyan. The quarterback Green, among them Larson. The flanker is Schneider. Jones the slot. McEwen the tight end. McAravey along with Blocker, Smith, LaMarche, and McCarthy making up the line there on offense. Prairie Wolves go under center here with Green at quarterback out of the I formation. And it is Braxton Theus who gets the carry. Takes it ahead past the 25 to about the 27.
That's what you call the setup. You're going to run him up in there, Theus, up there in the middle a couple of times. We see here our Dordt starters.
McLean, Biker, Cote, Vanderscaff, Brown, and Stevens are the linebackers. And Jilifiak, Smolders, Cameron, and Albert making up the rest of that defense. 2nd and 6 here for the Prairie Wolves. Swing pass, far side. Larson gets it. On the outer edge, 1st down. Finally forced out of bounds at the 41. Big pickup that time for Ryan Larson.
That's tremendous. And we're going to need something out of him. We expect here that this might be a running football game. But you know what? Wesleyan can pass the ball. Larson is their top receiver. I like how he gets down the field. Not easily tackled, folks. And gets a big 1st down for Wesleyan. And that's the other thing about Wesleyan. We've seen them struggle, Jeff, on 3rd down particularly, so they have to get great production on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll go out of the shotgun. Here's Green. Pentecost in motion. Green will look for Jones at the 43, makes the catch, and gets a couple of yards out of it.
That's about a 20-yard pass sideways or diagonally from Green. Nice throw
To the
and
40,
nice catch.
47.
Steps into it. Little wobble on it, but that's okay. Got to the receiver just fine.
6-yard pickup there for Corey Jones, a senior out of Northeast. 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff, Taylor. Bumping off right side, dives ahead, gets the first down at the Dordt 47.
Nice hard running by Shaka Taylor. And again, we've seen some signs we saw a couple weeks ago in the game that we did here that with Donut, he had a couple opportunities to get outside and stretch the run. And so I'd like to see him bounce that thing out, use that stiff arm as he is apt to do, and get that thing outside, use his speed.
Now he'll go to the pistol setup. Green. I'll find an open man here on the right side. That's Weedle trying to elude a tackle, stretches ahead, but he's going to be tripped up and stopped around the 43-yard line.
Nice job there by Casey Biker, just holding on for dear life at the from the defensive secondary. Weedle, the opportunity to pull that leg out, could have kept running, but no, Biker said, oh no, I'm going to grab that foot and hold on. And sometimes as a defender, that's all you can do is hold on and wait for help to come.
2nd and 6 here for Wesleyan. They'll work out of that eye. Weedle gets a handoff, and he's quickly wrapped up and tackled right about that point of attack.
Great job by Cote there.
Josiah Cote, 6'1", 190-pound freshman.
Yeah, this is a young team. Young team is Dordt. 11 seniors on this team. So they're learning how to play, learning how to win. Learning.
3rd and we'll call it 4. Wesleyan pretty patient. A little balance here on this drive.
Want to get this first down here, and Green might have to use his legs.
Here is Green, going to run the option. Draw play. He's going to be tackled at the 40-yard line. Dordt defense, pretty good stop there that time. Daniel Brown among those in on the tackle.
Like to see him be a bit more patient there, Jeff. Didn't have it right away. There you go. Now scan the defense a little bit, see what you have, but just try to get as much north and south as you can at that point.
Actually, Danny Stevens was the guy that initially made the stop. He's a sophomore from Ord, Nebraska, up in the Sandhills area.
Now, this is one of the interesting calls here on 4th and 3. Coach Keller says, I trust my defense, and I trust my offense even more right now.
So the Prairie Wolves are going to go for it. Man in motion.
There he is.
It is Weedle, incomplete, right off his fingertips. Dordt gets a stop on defense, and they will take over right at their 40.
Yeah, he sailed it there. All he had to do was throw a nice little simple pass there. Just step into it. He sailed it right over his head, and he would have had just enough for the first down. So you got to step into that and give it right to your receiver, right where he can catch it. And that's the thing about Green sometimes, you know, he's a fine young man, but you got to keep your mechanics and make the solid throw.
Yeah.
And that's a great opportunity. That's a win for Dordt right there. Wesleyan had a drive going, had a man open in the flat. You have to convert there and keep this drive alive. But that's the struggle we've seen all season, Jeff, right there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 here. A double wing formation. Van de Beek trying to spin off tackles and trying to keep his forward mobility going, but you had several players there, Beard and Betcher and McGill, all in that area to try to make the stop on Van de Beek, who gets 2 on the play up to the 42.
Yeah, good job at the point of attack by the Wesleyan defenders, and that's what you got to do. They've seen the film from last week, and they know what they have to do. Hold that line of scrimmage, be careful about that fake into the line, and maintain and contain.
Van de Beek gets the carry around left side. Dives ahead, short of the first down, tackled at the 49-yard line. You know, we talked about the double wing setup that Dordt runs an offense, that triple option setup, that's very reminiscent for you and I and a bunch of other people that may be familiar. Miller North in Class A high school football here in Nebraska, they've traditionally ran that double wing or that option formation.
To perfection, by the way.
I mean, it's a similar setup. Seaman going to go back under center here, calling out a new play. 3rd and 1. Van de Vecht gets the carry, and he may have gotten the first down. Looked like he cleared the play, and they're going to move the yard mark.
Yeah, I think he did. Just enough. Van de Vecht likes the contact. He likes being in there. He likes that boom, boom, boom. And he gets it right there. Wesleyan holds it, I believe, at McGill right there in the middle. And so that's what they want to do, is keep these drives alive. They're going to run the ball. Only 80 yards passing per game, so don't expect that from them. Expect the ground and pound.
In between the hashes from the 49, 1st and 10. Another handoff right there at the point of attack. Nebraska Wesleyan coming up with a big stop. Tyler Sorensen.
That's a great job by Sorensen, just standing his ground, being present in the hole, just as the running back got to that place. And there he is, bam, right there. He almost could have taken the handoff, Jeff. He should have just reached in and grabbed it from the quarterback. But he's coming in.
And he may be that next player on defense that steps up into a leadership role.
Well, you got to have some passion, some intensity, some determination.
Here's a pitch over here on the left side. This is Andre Williams breaking tackles, spinning out, and Brandon McGill finally tackles him, but Williams gets the first down at the Wesleyan 37-yard line.
Yeah, Williams in the game. Let's have some Vaseline or something on him. I'll tell you what, he was slippery there. Low to the ground, comes around the edge there. Nobody wraps up right there. You got to grab that and make that tackle right there. But he, as any good running back will, keep driving the legs. That's what you practice. He got more yards than we thought he might have.
Now the Prairie Wolf defense being tested here. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Dordt with the football. Option keeper on left tackle. Seaman breaking free. And he is going to be tripped up and marked down short of the first down at the 28.
Yeah, that's the option to perfection. Sorensen got Van der Vecht right there at the point of attack, but Seaman with the ball goes around right in. There he goes. Ball in hand. He has the option there, and that's what it is. The option to give it or to keep it. Great job by Seaman there.
2nd and a yard. Right in between the hash marks. And it's another option. Pitch left side, and it's Caffey. Leapfrogs out of a tackle. Finally stopped by Hunter Hand at the Wesleyan 15-yard line. And that ground attack from Dordt starting to rear its ugly head here as all of a sudden Wesleyan defensively starting to kind of struggle a little bit.
Yeah, Wesleyan's giving up. They're not stellar as well on the defensive end in the conference. Giving up 220 yards. So, they have to buck up here.
Here it is, 1st and 10, flag thrown. Seaman going to keep it as he's tackled around right side. This could be a procedure or at least a holding penalty against.
By number 6, Talon Seaman.
Jeff, it's like anything else. You can know what's coming. Your job is to stop
Personal
it.
foul, chop block. Number 75 was high, number 63 was low. Offense, 15-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Jacob Cook is the guy that's called for the chop block for Dordt, but Talon Seaman that time with a nice little pickup around right side, but unfortunately the chop block, that's going to cost some yards here for Dordt.
And that's a great boon for Wesleyan. And this is a big shot in the foot for Dordt, man. They're moving the ball downfield with this option attack. Seaman doing a tremendous job.
Now they got to get down to the 5 to get a first down. The ball is back at the Wesleyan 30, so they got 25 yards
from the Prairie Wolf
to keep the drive going. So we're under 3 minutes to go, first quarter, as you can see, and no score. Williams in motion. Van de Vecht eluding a tackle, coming over here to the near side, and Hunter Hand and Kelleverod finally force him out of bounds.
Number 24, Bryce Litka, pushed out of bounds.
So Wesleyan that time extends the play
Tackled
horizontally,
3,
if you will.
Andy
Stretch the thing out. Get off your attack. Get off your block. Great job there, just pushing him sideways. He did get around the corner just a bit, but not enough to get upfield.
That was Bryce Litka, actually, that took the carry that time. Want to make a correction there.
And Hunter Hand continuing to pursue.
Second and long. Only a pickup of 2 on that last play.
So this is where Wesleyan wants them. Second and long. Be careful here.
Little play action here. Seaman going to lob it downfield to Caffey. Incomplete. Ball knocked away. Dakota Buss credited with that breakup.
Caffey,
broken up on the play
as a receiver, sees the
Prairie
ball
Wolf
coming.
defender,
And what you have to do is
Dakota
come back to the
Buss.
ball. But what a great job by Buss. Didn't necessarily see the ball, but watch the defenders, the offensive player's hands. Watch this here. He sees his hands going for the ball, then puts his hands up in there and knocks it away. That's tremendous. So if you're not looking at the ball, look at the offensive player, and when he makes his move, you make yours.
So a third and long again here. We're just over 2 minutes remaining, first quarter. They'll go to a pistol formation. And it's a handoff to Litka. Litka trying to get out of a tackle, not for long, and it's Russell Beard with the stop.
Number 24, Litka.
And now fourth down for the defenders.
So that penalty really hurts Dordt as they come on with the field goal attempt here.
That took away all that momentum big time.
Oh, indeed it did. And that's a great job by Wesleyan capitalizing. And now he has a substantial field goal here.
Defenders bring out field goal kicker number 86, Jake Brower.
So Brower will attempt it from the 36, right hash mark. It's a 46-yard attempt. It's a fake. Brower gets it. And he is going to be tackled by Brandon McGill.
That's surprising.
Fake field goal attempt by Brower.
I mean, they didn't have a chance there.
Well, it was almost like a telegraph.
Well, yeah, he didn't have a chance there. But you know what? Hey, I don't have a problem with it. That's okay. You're on the road. You're 1-6. I would have tried maybe something different than that, but and you got to get more guys out on the edge. What a great tackle there by McGill. Oh, that's tremendous. So nice awareness by Wesleyan, and now a win-win. You get the penalty to push him back, and now you stall him on that fake attempt, and now you got to show something here. Capitalize. I wouldn't be surprised you try to go up top early.
Now what do we got here? Penalty flag thrown.
Ah, there you go.
Motion penalty, perhaps.
And that's not the way you want to come out.
Offside, number 46. Off. First down.
So offside against the Prairie Wolves.
Yeah,
Cueing the freshman.
So he gives us a procedure penalty. But I thought he said offsides.
He did. Signal the false start motion and offside.
Okay, so whatever it is, it's a 5-yard penalty. We know that.
Either way. So first and long from the right hash mark. 2 receivers here on the left side, out of the eye.
So that changes your play call now.
And a handoff right through the middle, fullback dive play. Carrier that time was Ruskamp. So Ruskamp with the carry.
You're looking at 2 teams here, Jeff. Dordt, about 23 points a game. Wesleyan, just under 16 points a game. So, again, this may well be the defensive struggle as opposed to the offensive struggle, offensive explosion that we might want to see.
Out of the shotgun here with 45 remaining in this first quarter. Ruskamp in motion. Green looking to throw. Got a man over there. That's Schneider, who makes the catch short of the first down. In fact, he picked it up, actually. So he did get the first down up at 39.
I like this. Look at the mechanics here. Nice throw through the wind. Nice hands catch. All those things working together, just like you practice. So what I'd love to see Wesleyan do, Jeff, every now and then is pick up the tempo.
Right.
You know, offense is about rhythm, and so you can get yourself into a nice rhythm.
Final 15 seconds of the first quarter here. 1st and 10 from the 39. Here's Green. Fakes it to Taylor. Pass far side. It's complete to Jones. First down across the 50. And he's going to be tackled around the 41-yard line in Dordt territory. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. So through one here at Able Stadium, we are scoreless between Nebraska Wesleyan and Dordt. Back with the second quarter in just a moment.
You should pick Wesleyan because
It's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
We are scoreless here at Able Stadium with John Harris. I'm Jeff Moats and the rest of our Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Lincoln. Not a cloud in the sky.
Wow, wow, wow.
Bright crystal blue. Well, if you go south, you got a few high, thin clouds, but overhead it is nothing but blue sky.
Yeah, so you know what the names of clouds are. Cumulus, humerus, combustible.
Meniscus? Kidding. Kidding. That's your knee.
Yeah, I had that problem.
From the 41, 1st and 10. Fakes a handoff to Taylor. It's a draw play for the quarterback, Ben Green, as he gets a pretty good pickup down to the Dordt 33-yard line. About an 8-yard gain for Ben Green. Good decision that time. Again, it's that option that they want to use.
Yeah, well, yeah, he is an option. I mean, not just throwing the ball, but tall guy, lanky guy, can pick them up and put them down. And so why not use your legs to get this offense rolling? Again, I like the fake there. Keep this defense off balance.
2nd and 2. Jones in motion, jet sweep play. It's a fake handoff, diving over, and Green's going to be marked down. Coughed up the football, but they're going to say he was already down.
Well, he's doing a great job of sleight of hand here, Jeff. I'll tell you the truth. Because I could have sworn that Jones had the ball.
Watch this again.
And there he goes. Let's see what happens here. Yep.
Ooh, that's close.
That's close. It hit out of his hands before he hit the ground.
Yeah.
There'll be no replay.
They don't have that here at this level.
Yeah, I think that ball kind of squirted out there.
So from the 29.
Boy, look at this set.
They're going to stack it up here on the right side. It's a pitch to Taylor. Going to the outer edge. Stiff arm going to be ran out of bounds.
Had an opportunity there if he was a bit more patient to put the foot in the ground and get inside the hash mark. Decided to push it out of bounds. Dordt does a great job of extending it down the line of scrimmage. Here it is right here. Right there. Yep. Get those shoulders square. Try to get as much as you can north and south.
So about a 1-yard gain for Shaka Taylor.
Yeah, strong lower body for Shaka Taylor. So put that foot in the ground. The defender's there. Put your shoulder right into him. See if you can get 2 or 3 more yards.
Quick drop back pass complete around the 23-yard line. Reception made by Bryce Darner. And Darner gets a pickup all the way down to the 21.
I like this nice dink and dunk. That's okay. You can do this against the Dordt defense. There you go. Nice simple pass. Now turn up field. Get you a nice block. Yeah, that's a good job by Dordt now, not getting a penalty out of bounds. Get your hands off of them. Got to be disciplined there. Could add another 15 yards to that play.
Now they'll go to the classic I formation. Ruskamp is in that fullback spot, and he's going to get the dive as he'll take it across the 20 to the 18, gets the first down.
Yeah, now it looks like they're in some semblance of a rhythm. That's a great job. Green seems to be feeling himself a little bit. And now that's why I'd like to see get the plays in here a lot quicker. Keep these guys nice and lathered up.
So from the 18, this is where Wesleyan will start.
Yeah, Wesleyan building their confidence here. Now Dordt had their opportunity, Jeff.
They certainly did.
They were thwarted with a penalty.
It was that personal foul penalty, that shot block that brought him back. Green out of the shotgun, Taylor with him in the backfield, and Taylor is going to get the carry going around right side. Trying to dodge tackles, finally ran out of bounds around the 11-yard line, and somebody from Dordt lost their helmet on that play, which happened to be Cole McLean.
So he'll run off. His sub will come in as he gets his headgear together.
Taylor picks up 6
Good stiff arm there by Shaka Taylor and just extends it out to the sideline. Always running hard, always running with a sense of purpose. Love the fact that he uses the stiff arm. We saw it a couple of weeks ago against a Doan player, put him out of the game.
Out of that I formation. And off it goes Taylor, trying to bump off tackles, and several defenders over there to make the stop.
Daniel Brown in there for Dordt.
Brown over there among them. Also Alex Vasquez, who comes over and makes the stop too. Yeah. So there's some help on that Dordt defense.
Coming up and run support, got to have it.
Well, under 11 and a half minutes, a 3rd and 4 here for Wesleyan from the Dordt 12. This is an opportunity here to punch it into the end zone. Maybe with a short lob. Let's see what Green does. Far side to Taylor, incomplete. Low throw. Fourth down.
Second opportunity into the flat where we have a miss. You got to make that pass. You got to make that catch. He didn't concentrate. He could have caught that ball. The ball went right through his arms. So we're going to give that to Taylor instead of to Green. He threw it right to him. You got to catch that. He's telling him, come on, man, help me out.
So Kramer Rath will come in. He'll attempt the field goal for the right hash mark at the 19. It's a 29-yard attempt.
And Shaka Taylor says, my bad on that one. I should have caught it.
Rath going to go into the win with this field goal attempt. Snap in the hold. Here's the kick. Got the distance. Looks good. It is good. So Nebraska Wesleyan settles for a field goal, and they go up 3-0 with 11:10 to go here in this first half on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Put the thing up in front of you.
Back here at Able Stadium, along with John Harris, Jeff Moats with you on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Pretty decent crowd out here today to enjoy some GPAC football.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nice crowd in the sun. We have the hats out. We have a hat parade going on here today. And of course, it's been breast cancer awareness throughout all football, pro, college, high school, and pink. The Wesleyan have their pink on here. Some of them do.
Some of the players do. Some of the coaches wearing, well, one of them down there wearing a pink hat. I saw that, pink baseball cap. 3-0 here, Nebraska Wesleyan. And Kramer Rath with the boot. That gets caught up in the wind, it looks like. Going to take a bounce around the 17.
Ball's live.
And a loose ball going to be picked up by Caffey around the 20.
Yeah, that ball is live. As soon as it hits the foot and gets in the air, that ball is live. And great job by Dordt getting on it. Wesleyan closing in. Now you got to ask yourself, you know, Jeff, you get those 3 points. You know, is that a win for Dordt? Wesleyan looked like they were going to get into the end zone, but they do stall.
I think it would be, because Dordt now has an opportunity to get their ground game going again and trying to make up for what happened after that 15-yard penalty for chop block. 57 yards rushing so far in this game for Dordt.
But they are down 3-0.
Here's a pitch. Caffey gets it, going around left side to the 30. Breaks free. Not for long, maybe, and he cuts out. Trying to dodge more defenders downfield, and Caffey is going to be taken down by Hunter Hand at the 26-yard line. What a pickup.
It's about a 55-yard run. Look at this here. Puts his foot in the ground, uses his speed. Looks like he's going to take it down the house, but then he cuts back inside here, folks. Nice block, and here comes the Wesleyan defenders. Give them credit for pursuing the play all the way down near the 25-yard line.
Talon Seaman under center, and it's an option pitch. Williams gets it, leapfrog over a defender. He jumped over Wes Betcher. got some yardage to the outside route, and Dakota Bus forces him out of bounds.
Well, that's what this attack is all about. Getting guys in space and providing the option attack, make you think one guy has the ball and yet another has it. And Seaman's done a tremendous job with that so far. Again, haven't gotten into the end zone yet, but they are yet threatening in prime real estate here around the 20-yard line.
10 minutes to go, first half. That double wing formation. And Van de Vecht with the carry. And he is going to be tackled by Brandon McGill around the 15-yard line. First down now for Dordt. We mentioned earlier that Dordt got a victory last year over Nebraska Wesleyan. That snapped their 51-game GPAC losing streak, a 24-20 win over Wesleyan a year ago, and it's their second GPAC victory since they started football. There you see Xavier Caffey, 3 carries, 75 yards so far in this game.
Yeah, of course, that big 55-yarder doesn't hurt to add to that total.
Here is the handoff, and Van de Vecht gets the carry and tackle on the play that time. Not sure if that was McGill that made the tackle or if it was Betcher. Might have been Hunter Hand. A lot of guys over there in that area.
Well, Betcher's going to come off, so he won't make this tackle, but Wesleyan has to shore it up there. Trevor Holland is trying to get his compatriots fired up.
Big play here, 2nd and 9. This is from the 14. And it's another handoff on that triple option. Van de Vecht gets the carry.
Yeah, he likes getting inside the tackles there. If you're not careful, he'll bust that thing out wide and continue to get down the sideline. So you want to make sure you have your hands on Van de Vecht.
Van de Vecht is 6th in the GPAC when it comes to rushing.
He's one of the 11 seniors on this team.
Option keep here, and it's Seaman who takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard run around left tackle, and Seaman gets it in there, and Dordt takes a 6-3 lead with the point after coming up.
Yeah, we saw some signs of that on the last drive. It does stall with the penalty, but here he comes around the end, Seaman, and smooth sailing into the end zone, hasn't been touched and was not touched.
Good
nice
play.
There it is. Great job. He had a tackle opportunity. I think that was Sorensen there. Doesn't get it done.
Here's the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, the point after up through the uprights, and Dordt now with a 7-3 lead over Nebraska Wesleyan with just over 8 minutes left here in the first half on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Head coach Brian Keller on the sideline down below. In his 20th season as the head coach here at Wesleyan, this is his 200th game with the Prairie Wolves in a head coaching position. 8:07 to go here first half, and Coach Keller hoping that his offense can find some ways to get downfield and regain that lead. Wesleyan trailing 7-3.
Yeah, a little dinking and dunking. I mean, they were doing well. There's no doubt about it. They have the offense to get points on the board here against Dordt.
Here's the kick. Taylor going to get in the end zone, drops it, recovers at the 4. Finds an opening here toward the left side at the 20, gets out of a tackle, stumbles ahead to about the 25-yard line.
Sometimes when you bobble it like that, that freezes the defenders, and you got a chance to get a big run out of it. But you try to get as much as you can north and south at that point. Shaka Taylor does that. And now Wesleyan back on the field on offense. Got to get Dordt on their heels. Mix of pass and run. Stay with your fundamentals. I like when Green is fundamentally sound, throws a good ball. Shaka Taylor missed that last one out in the flat. Would have been a big first down, maybe a touchdown.
They'll send trips over here on the right side. Swings the pass over here. Pancost with the catch, gets to the 30, tackled around the 32 on the play.
Nice job of tracking him down the line of scrimmage there.
By number
85.
So Pancost with the reception.
Good for a gain of 6 on the play.
About a 6-yard gain here to the 32.
Dordt player going to have to get off the field again. Number 85, Benjamin. Helmet came off. Nice job running down the line of scrimmage to tackle the Prairie Wolf offensive player.
Now they'll work out of the eye. Run the ball here as Taylor gets the carry, and he is quickly cornered and tackled. First stop there that time by Josiah Cote. Cody with a big stop there. Third, and we'll call it about 2.
Yeah, not getting enough push back off the line of scrimmage here, Jeff. You give the running backs room to get north and south. Some running backs can do a lot of that on their own, but for this ball club, your offensive line has to get the push to open up a hole so you can run through. So Prairie Wolves here, right after a Dordt score, have to convert on third down.
Out of the eye here, 3rd and short. Little bootleg left side. Green's got an opening. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to be forced out around the 46-yard line. Good pickup.
I like that. I like that from Green. Has to use those legs. Nice long legs. Nice strides. Gets around the edge. Had a receiver open. Decided to take it himself. Pointed it out. Block, block, block. Gets one here on the edge on number 15. Whoa. Nice collision there.
So the drive continues here for Wesley, and this is the type of offense they need to be activating here.
And if Green shows himself to be a threat, then that adds to the challenge for Dordt.
Fakes a handoff to Weedle rather, and keeper that time by Green. Stop for about a 1-yard loss back at the 45, and we got an injured defender on the field.
That's Cameron. Big number 76 down on the field, and he is writhing in pain.
Play clock to 40 seconds. Thank you.
Cameron, the senior up the road here from Greenwood. Played his high school ball at Ashland Greenwood. He's down on the turf. So.
Yeah, he pointing to his leg on the offside there.
That's not good.
They're going to roll him over.
So we got a timeout on the field, injury timeout, 6:34 to go here in this first half.
His own player. Big number 85. Got him right in the knee.
Yep. That's tough. So we'll take a quick break, come back to Able Stadium with more in just a moment.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
There you see Cameron being helped off the field. Again, the senior from Ashland Greenwood.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, his own players swung his legs into him. Ben Badgema, number 85, and that's going to be a big loss for Dordt.
2nd and 11. Here's Green. Caught by Jones at the 49, takes it to the 50.
That's okay. That's okay. Right in the middle of the field. Nice safe pass to a sure-handed receiver. We've seen Corey Jones since high school.
Yes,
speedster for some school. Let me see.
Well, let's see. As the crow flies from where we're at, John, you go about anywhere from 4 to 6 blocks to the east.
I know there's 2 words. There's north and there's east in the name.
And they're combined to say northeast. 3rd and 6 from the 50. Here's Green. Pursuit's on him.
Take it.
He's going to run with it. Stretches across. Did he get the first down? He is short by about a yard to the 45.
Big decision here for Coach Keller, particularly with what Dordt did here recently.
That carry by number 6.
Look at that again. Good little run, good pickup there, but not enough. And out comes the punting. And Andrew Gelb will be out to punt.
Yeah, I think what Dordt did that last offensive series, you don't want to give them the ball right here on the 45-yard line. So Coach Geller, I don't know, I think we probably can get a yard. That's why I'm up here and he's down there.
Here's the snap. Nice kick from Gelb.
Turn around, turn around, turn around.
Mark it down at the 12-yard line. Not bad. Betcher marks it down. They were hoping it would bounce forward a little further.
Yeah, that's what you want. You
toward
want that
the end zone.
I think they would have gotten it around the 1-yard line, maybe inside the 5. But that's okay. So Coach Keller makes a decision not to go for it on 4th down. And now 87 yards from pay dirt are the defenders. And they got to be feeling good, Jeff, after that last series of running the ball. $63 points last week, folks. Only 7 thus far, but I believe playing a better team.
A much better team in Wesleyan. Option pitch. Caffey gets it around right side. Hunter Hand runs him out of bounds. Did he get the first down? It's going to be close. Marked out at the 22. About a yard short.
Yeah, a lot of young players here. Slot back here, Caffey, only a sophomore. But we've seen on that 55-yard run or thereabouts some nice speed down the field.
You know, with the ground game they got, you got a lot of youth on your team. Just imagine what that could be like here in a couple more years.
Well, that's the expectation. Get these young guys got it. You're going to take your lumps.
Hand off. And it's a tackle made by Brandon McGill, and it's Bryce Litka that got the carry. And a first down here for Dordt at their own 26.
Yeah, nice pop in the hole as 2 collided there. McGill, ever present, right there, one of the top players on this team. And now Dordt is kind of just lulling them into a sense of security here. just kind of taking their time.
Option pitch. It's Williams here on the left side, eluding a tackle. And it's Dakota Buss who comes in and makes the tackle just across the 30 at the 31, so about a 5-yard pickup on the play.
Like what Shoemaker did there on the edge. Didn't make the tackle, but pushed him out wide here. Nice fake inside. Sorensen goes for it. Now Shoemaker here didn't get the tackle, but pushed him outside.
Now about a 4-yard pickup. They're going to mark him down at the 30. 2nd and 6, 3:20 and counting, first half.
So if you can't make the tackle, hold him up so somebody else can. You got to at least maintain your block and not get pushed back.
Here's Caffey going around right side on 2nd down. Gets out of a tackle, runs into another. Dakota Buss finally comes to the rescue. Had to get some help that time. Nebraska Wesleyan had to put Trevor Holm over there too to help make the stop.
Well, you're going to see what the conditioning is for Wesleyan running east and west today, because they're going to do a lot of that running down that line of scrimmage.
A lot of lateral movement.
That's right. You're going to be running down that line of scrimmage, trying to stretch that play out. And what you're looking for on offense is a guy who can put his foot in the ground and then get through. And so you got to clog up all those holes.
Big 3rd down coming up here for Dordt. They want to sustain this drive. Wesleyan trying to come up with a big stop. Option play, Hunter Hand right there. Takes down Seaman in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Nice read, nice grab, nice reaction, and nice wrestle to the ground. I tried to get 3 R words, but wrestle was a W.
Right, it's a W.
Okay, so we got the read, the reaction, and the wrestle. So tremendous job by Hunter Hand.
So the Prairie Wolves will take a timeout with 2:15 to go here before halftime. 7-3 lead for Dordt on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Back here at Able Stadium on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network with John Harris. I'm Jeff Moats. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go here before halftime.
Joe Taylor back receives the kick.
And Dordt in punt formation, kind of a rugby-style punt coming. Here it is.
Thought he was going to take off. That's
Taylor going to watch it bounce, and boy, Dordt is going to let that thing roll all the way down to the 5-yard line of Nebraska Wesleyan.
That's a mistake.
You're
You're so careful as a returner. You don't want the ball to hit you and then cause a turnover. Is it better just to start on the 5-yard line as opposed to allowing it to hit you and then they get the ball back in prime real estate? So you jump away from it. Now 95 yards to go with 2 minutes. So let's see how they play it here. Got to get at least a couple of first down, at least one first down. Dordt with all of their timeouts here in this final 2 minutes. 75 yards passing and 30 rushing for Green so far.
He'll hand it off Taylor on the right side, and boy, he was taken down pretty hard that time. Cole McLean and then TB and Gillifiak
34 shot at Taylor.
coming over there to make the stop.
Yeah, I'd like to see Trevor McEwen there sustain his block a little bit more. His man made the tackle on Shaka Taylor. You got to sustain that block. Don't let him get away from you. Push him away so Shaka Taylor can cut up inside.
2nd and 6 here. Closing in on 90 seconds left here in this first half. Coming up at halftime, chat with Nebraska Wesleyan president, Dr. Fred Oles. Here is Taylor trying to fight his way through traffic. McLean tackles him at the 14. Short of the first down by about 2.
Let's see if what Dordt does here. They don't take a timeout, Jeff. I'm surprised. It keeps some time on this clock, and maybe they're just satisfied with a 7-3 lead to go into the locker room up 4.
I suppose Wesleyan will probably talk about a few things, including defense more than anything else. Trying to stop that rushing attack. Little play action here. Green going to air it out downfield far side, and it's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. Good positioning that time by Ari Huckstra.
So now you're kicking from deep in your own territory. Now Dordt is not a passing team. As we've said, only about 80 yards per game. But you sure have given them an opportunity with 3 timeouts to maybe do something, at least a field goal attempt.
Left in the first half.
And the wind is blowing in the direction of the punter.
Heads back to punt for the
Let's see what he can do as he punts into the south wind. Low snap. Gelb with the boot. Kind of a knuckleball looking punt. Ball drop. Loose football. Close call that time for Dordt. Jason
right.
Miller.
Yeah, knuckleball. Tough to catch.
By number 80.
Almost trouble for Dordt. Almost an opportunity for Wesleyan. Boy, what a turn of events that would have been. Got up just in the nick of time.
First and 10 from their own
as Shoemaker
41-yard
was
line.
bearing down.
Watch this again. Miller could not track the ball. So fortunately for Dordt, they get it back. And now with 35 seconds to go before halftime, let's see what they do here as they go that double wing setup. Option pitch, right side it goes Caffey. Caffey tripped up by Betcher for
what a play. What a play.
That's a great tackle by Betcher.
Tremendous job by Betcher.
Tripped up for a loss on the play by number 10, Wes Betcher.
There you see it again, the option
Dordt,
play.
first charge timeout of the half.
Boy, getting off the block of Andre Williams. Williams has to do a better job of blocking, but boy, give Betcher all the credit in the world. Stretching that thing out, getting off the block, and making a tremendous tackle in space on a very tough runner for Dordt.
26 seconds to go. We'll keep it here in this first half. It's 7-3 Dordt over Nebraska Wesleyan. And I want to let you know coming up here, the next couple of telecasts we'll have for you will be November 7th Northwestern will be in town that afternoon, and Hastings will be here in town on the 14th of November. Those are the next two broadcasts that we'll have here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Some tough games, no doubt
Look
about
at
that.
all the other coverage, too. We got Nebraska Wesleyan volleyball against Midland coming up on November 4th. And then men's basketball versus Midland.
Boy, is the basketball season already?
Oh, it's here. November 24th, Midland and Nebraska Wesleyan in a men's and women's doubleheader, it looks
You
like.
played a little basketball back in your day.
Yeah, I did.
Legend here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I wouldn't say legend. And a carry that time by Vandevecht. Gets the first down, across midfield at the Prairie Wolf 48.
They're going to stop the clock as they move the chains here.
Timeout taken by Dordt.
So timeout in the field, 21 seconds to go before the half, 7-3 Dordt on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Well, Dordt trying to get into a position perhaps to try to go for a field goal. Jake Brower over there.
And I was trying to get Jeff Most to give me an autograph, and he wouldn't do it, folks.
They're kicking into that net is Brower. I'm not going to give autographs today. Nor will I ever, probably.
Okay, there we go. I think he is in the Hall of Fame. Opportunity here.
Here is Seaman downfield, and it's going to be broken up by Kellebrod, incomplete.
Nice coverage there by Nebraska Wesleyan.
And the guy downfield was Miller.
Nice post pattern by Miller, but nice coverage there. Nice throw here. A little bit over.
Again.
A little bit over.
Good coverage. Second down here, 16 seconds to go. Second quarter.
A receiver right there, a little bit more savvy receiver, moves his body into the defender just a little bit more, and maybe create a little contact, try to get the flag from the back official.
Double wing. Seaman dropping back. Over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Dakota Bus. Bus to the 30, to the 40, cuts back 50, still on his feet, flag thrown. This could be a block in the back. And here is Bus dodging tackles, finally knocked out of bounds with 0.4 of a second left. A flag thrown here at about the 46-yard line or 45-yard line in Wesleyan territory. Dakota Bus with a big interception.
Boy, it looked like he was going to take that thing to the house. But it may be
During the
coming
return,
back.
personal foul, illegal block below the waist, number 33 of the return team. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, it's going to be on Shoemaker.
Riley Shoemaker called for that block below there. Take a look at this again. This is one of the weaker points of Dordt. They're not as successful in throwing the football.
Looking. He wasn't even looking.
And Dakota Bus playing center field that time.
Let's see it here. Didn't get to see that block, but a convoy coming down the field. Going to cut inside here. Steps out of bounds. Right there, steps out of bounds. Boy, that's going to come back to the 30-yard line.
Wow. And all you need to do probably for Wesleyan in this situation is just take a knee.
Yeah, take a knee.
Go to the locker room.
Yeah, but that's the position you want to put Dordt in. Put them in a pass. Put them in a passing situation. Okay, which means on first down and second down, you really have to shore up the defense to stop that run. That is not their forte. They're not good at it. And you want to make them do what they're not good at.
So first and 10 from the 30.
Be careful here.
Green's going to get the snap. Clock runs out. Weedle gets the catch. Takes it to the 40. Cuts back over left side. 50.
Needs a block.
Trying to work to the outer edge. Trying to cut back in. Trying to shift around. And finally tackled at the 36-yard line. Time is out. And we are through 2 quarters of play here at Able Stadium. At the break, your score is Dordt 7, Nebraska Wesleyan 3 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
A student, when looking for a college, should try to determine what they are really comfortable with.
You should pick Wesleyan because it's a really good atmosphere. Like, you are going to get a great education.
It's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
And when I came on a campus tour, I just fell in love with the campus.
My name is Elaine Cruzy, and I am the chair of the history department. We get to know those students really, really well. Hey, Bo, this is Dr. Cruzy, and you're not here, and we're looking for you, so come to class.
Bo Wharton, Ellaville, Georgia. I just think Dr. Cruzy has just been there a lot she's provided me a lot of challenges in the classroom, especially. She's a great professor. She's really interactive with the students. I like her because of that. I just really like the whole campus environment and everything, and I don't know, I like the trees. The trees are really good too. And the squirrels, they're really friendly. Yeah.
Cyrus Jaffrey. I'm from Miller North, Omaha, Nebraska. We got great opportunities academically and athletically. So it's just a very friendly campus. Everyone knows you. And smaller campus, everyone knows you, and I can walk around and just say hi to everyone.
Hi, my name is Ira Zeff. I'm the athletic director at Nebraska Wesleyan University. We have 470 students that participate on our 18 varsity sports and 5 junior varsity sports. Nebraska Wesleyan takes a lot of pride in the concept of the student athlete, and we really encourage our athletes to get involved in all different activities across campus, as well as their involvement with our teams.
Traditionally, it's really good academically, and I just really like the community feeling at Wesleyan. Everyone's so friendly, and just the professors and everything's it's really nice. And you always can go out and do fun things, but you feel like you're in a really safe atmosphere.
I belong to Theta Chi fraternity, and Greek life in general, I think it's pretty great. Get involved right away, start getting to know people as soon as you can. It's been a great experience.
I would advise to bring one thing. I would bring open mind.
And don't get stressed out about finals because they're not as bad as everyone says they are.
Be open, ready to try new things.
Bring shelves.
Bring your bike.
There is a club or an organization to satisfy just about any interest.
My name is John Stimmick. I'm transferred in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They really care about you here. They really work hard for us, and they put in countless hours to help us get better.
We give them goals, and they live up to those goals. I wouldn't trade anything in the world for opportunities like this.
Hi, my name is Jenna Polinsky, and I am a freshman. And I am from Shelby, Nebraska. That's my hometown. I got the campus tour, and I was like, I want to do that. So now I'm the one giving campus tours. And Wesleyan was really good with working with me on student loans and grants and scholarships, all this stuff, because I knew that they wanted me to be here, because that's just the kind of people they are. They want you to be here.
I'm Lauren Bingenbach. I'm from Eustis Farnham, and I'm studying biology. A lot of my biology professors, I just drop by the office every day to chat about anything. You can do anything you want, pretty much. Anything from intramurals, you can be on sports teams. Not only does Nebraska Wesleyan give me the opportunity to study abroad, but it also provides me with the skills I will need to be successful.
I got a lot of scholarships from Nebraska Wesleyan. Wesleyan was very good at just notifying me with what grants or scholarships that I would get. They do a good job of giving me the information I need.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
My name is Ryan Tramer. I'm from Ewing, Nebraska, leaning towards sports management for a major. I looked at a couple other schools, and Wesleyan just the best fit for me. The athletic program is going great here. I'm glad to be a part of it. The campus is great, small campus, facilities are great, the professors are great. It's just a great place to be.
My name is Megan Larson, and I'm from Beatrice, Nebraska. The education at Wesleyan is amazing. However, I don't think I would have been able to come to Wesleyan if it wouldn't have been for the financial aid. That's Jan Denzing, my financial aid advisor. She's helped me through the past couple of years with all my scholarships. I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Welcome back to Able Stadium here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network, along with Nebraska Wesleyan President Dr. Fred Oles. I'm Jeff Moats. Dr. Oles, as always, thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome, Jeff. It's a delight to be with you on such a fine afternoon.
Couldn't have asked for a better day. And you know, one thing that's really happening here on Nebraska Wesleyan, there's going to be a little bit of a different look or format, so to speak, of the athletic schedules next year. It was announced earlier this year that Nebraska Wesleyan will be leaving the Great Plains Athletic Conference and making the leap to NCAA Division III full-time and join the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Jeff. Yes, it's an exciting move for us. You know, at this point, we are the only university or college in the United States that is dual affiliated, national membership in NAIA and NCAA Division III, and that honestly has created some scheduling challenges, some postseason challenges, and it hasn't been the easiest thing to explain to our prospective students.
Well, you hope in the long run that you can maybe renew some of those old relationships that you have with places like Doane and Concordia, too.
Yes, you know, Jeff, our coaches are working with coaches from nearby institutions to see about what we can do to get some non-conference games in the future, and we're very excited about joining the Iowa Conference. It's part of our ambition that Nebraska Wesleyan, in our vision, will be an outstanding national liberal arts university, and we think this affiliation is just the thing for us.
Similar schools in that conference as well.
Very much so. Undergraduate programs much like ours. We start with the student, build on the student athlete. That combination has worked very well for us for many years.
And so it's kind of a bittersweet tour this year all across athletics at Nebraska Wesleyan, the final year in the GPAC. Dr. Oles, we wish you the best of luck, and we're looking forward to all the excitement starting next year.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to another half of football, Jeff.
Sounds good. That's Dr. Oles, Nebraska Wesleyan University's president, here at halftime. Back to Able Stadium in just a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.